Hi, everybody. Welcome to Magic Universe. This is Message from Universe 25. This is a timeless message for whenever you come upon the video and watch it. And it's also a part of the Pick a Message playlist. And you can check in the description below to see how to play with the playlist. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I really appreciate you guys. If you're interested in a private reading or healing that is just for you, you can go to my website at magicuniverse.co. That's .co. Thank you. Here is message from Universe 25. All right, this is so very interesting. First, the color that I'm seeing this message vibrate at is at a blue, but it's like the blue is the new place, okay? Like where you're headed towards who you really are on the inside. And then you're leaving behind this kind of very, how do I describe it? It's like a blackish, gray, steel, kind of very straight edge kind of energy, like a rigid kind of energy. And there's a transition period as you're moving out of that space into the blue, okay? And the transition period is kind of like, I want to say it's like a pussy kind of yellow. It's not really a pleasant color, but it's a healing kind of thing. You know how sometimes when, say, if it's like a physical health thing, like your body does certain things to expel toxins, to expel things from it, and then during that period of time where you're detoxing, it doesn't look and feel that great, right? And then you get into a clearer area. And so that's kind of the energy that I'm seeing, where you're coming from this place where maybe it was set and it was rigid, and it might have to do with conformity, okay? It's just like very structured, very it feels like there are no holes in it, or there's no softness in it. It's like hard and rigid and very, I just want to keep saying straight edged, okay? And then there's this healing period where things might get a little uglier, or like unpleasant, or like a transition period. And then there's that blue, as in like a blue clear sky, okay? So that's kind of the energy that we're working with right now. And it's so interesting because the cards that came out really shows that, and really talks about there's a choice to be made, okay? It talks about timing. It talks about there being energy that you're moving away from, and you're choosing to go towards a new direction of clarity, and having the confidence to do it, okay? So that's kind of like the gist of the whole reading. So let's go through each card. The first card that came out was Time to Go. And so that's exactly what I was seeing about that movement, right? Towards the blue, like you being the blue on the inside already, that's the true you. And you're kind of recovering that you, like letting go of all that other stuff, leaving behind all that other stuff, and recovering who you really are, right? So it's that movement towards who you really are, and towards that kind of like clear sky, that clarity, okay? And then it's so funny, the next card, Distant Thunder, clear the air. And even in the picture, you see all that gloominess, right? And all that thunder, that's the stuff that you're walking away from. And it's a sudden shift, and it's kind of like that with the lightning strike, right? Where it's like there is that wall of blackness, and then you step out of it. There's a period, there's like some stuff that you're detoxing, whether it be like, it's all energy, you know, you're detoxing energies, but it could be like physical things that you're detoxing. So if this is like a physical issue, like a bodily issue for you, there's probably going to be stuff coming out, you know. If it's like say you're going through a relationship change of some sort, right? Then, you know, when a relationship changes, there's going to be stuff that comes out, you know, during that shift in the how you relate to each other, right? There's going to be that kind of stuff. But it's very, I mean, maybe if you just look at it on the surface, it doesn't look that great, but it's actually very healing for both parties. It's very healing for everybody involved that this is happening, okay? And then you are going to get into a clear space. If this is like business career kind of thing. It could be like a change of career, or like, you know how, like, say if you decide, okay, I've been working in this place for, I don't know, 25 years, or, you know, like a really long time, right? And you decide, I think I'm going to move in a new direction. During that decision time, right? It's gonna feel, there's gonna be stuff that you need to change from being here to starting something new, right? And so it's that period of time and that transition that we're talking about, where some stuff might need to be expelled from your energetic space, okay? And then it might be in physical form. It might have to do with you know, like turning in your resignation, you know, packing up your things from the office to go, you know, like stuff like that, right? So whatever your situation may be, there's some shift that's happening where you're moving on to a better place, but it's like there's a decision that needs to be made, and it needs to be a sharp decision and with no muddiness, okay? Okay. So choose love. You always have choice. Make yours with love. And it's so interesting. If you just look at the entire spread, here's the choices being made, where you see that in choose love, right? Where you're choosing between what you love, choosing the higher vibration of love, and leaving behind the murkiness and the other energies of confusion, and you're choosing what makes sense to you, okay? And then if you look at the second row, the last two cards, Seven of Cups and Queen of Swords, that talks about the same thing, where Seven of Cups talks about a confusion. There's cloudiness, right, in the sky. There's too many choices, too many options, and you're needing to make a choice. Queen of Swords is having that clarity, knowing exactly what you're wanting and going for it, okay? And there's a peace that comes from making a decision like that, where you're clearing the confusion. And after you make that choice, you're like, oh, that feels so much better. Even before any action is taken, that mental decision right there to be clear about something will clear up so much of that cloudiness already, okay? And then another thing that I was seeing that was like a pattern between the cards is like you have time to go, and then at the end of the first row you have time for a nap. So it talks about time. So it talks about a period of time, but it also talks about a specific point in time where things are shifting. So this could be something where there was a momentum heading towards this decision point, and like the situation, the environment around you already puts you towards this path of needing to make this decision, okay? So for some of you, it might be like that, where it's like, something happens around you that brings you in this direction, or it could be a decision that you make yourself. But even if it's a decision that you make yourself, I kind of feel like the things around you, what you've been living, has been helping you to move you in this direction anyway, where you're coming into realization every day, you know, that something needs to be done, that something, there needs to be a decision that needs to be made. You can't be in this place of I kind of feel like in that wall that I was talking about, that kind of like edge that I was talking about with that structure, maybe there was no freedom and you're seeking freedom. And that maybe it's a situation also where something is very routine and has been done the same way like for a long time, and that you need to do something different. And it's like that need is a really, really strong desire. It's not need like a bad thing. It's kind of like it's an epiphany that you have within yourself, like a light bulb goes on. It's like, I want to do something about this, you know, to bring myself into a new space, into a new direction. And so another pattern that I was seeing between when the choose love card came out, I was seeing in the image, it feels like this woman, the bigger figure on the top of the card, that's kind of like sleeping with her eyes closed, right? And then there's this like dream imagery that happens like in her pillow area, right? And I was like, there's this message about sleep on it and let the clarity come to you. Let your connection with your inner spirit, with your inner being talk to you so that you have clarity about what choice you want to make, so that you have clarity about kind of like a focus on the dream that you're wanting to have, that to manifest into your reality. There's something about resting your mind to clear the confusion and to come to a point of clarity. And then the following card that came out was the time for a nap. So I thought that was really funny. I was like, yes, sleep on it. There's something about resting your mind so that you can have clarity. And you've heard of all of those genius inventors in history where they took naps, right, throughout the day. And so they had some kind of problem. They would take a quick 20-minute nap and then they wake up from it and the solution comes to them. It's kind of something like that with you guys in this reading, in this message. It kind of feels like maybe for some of you, your dreams have been telling you the solution already, or the dreams have been telling you, hey, it's time to do something. Because it has something to do with time and has something to do with moving into a new space, and something about like the taking a nap or sleeping or something. Like all of those things together. Okay. The second row, Fairy of the Divine Hand, Intoxication, Distorted View, Overindulgence. And this, especially the distorted view part, plays so much in alignment or along the same line with that confusion that I'm seeing in the energy, right? With the distant thunder, the cloudiness, right? What you're leaving behind, and then also the Seven of Cups, the clouds and confusion and choices there. So that all matches up. And then I feel like the Fairy of Divine Hand, I'm being called to look in the book, so give me a sec. Okay, the message in the book speaks very specifically about addictions. And I will put this on the screen and let you read it. And so you can pause and read it and see if any of that resonates with you. But it does talk about like stopping the whatever it is that is not serving you, and moving into a new space. And so the end of it right here says, you simply need to pause, which is that kind of time for a nap energy, right? Be quiet, clear, and then the last line, this is your chance to break free. And I feel like that breaking free was what I was seeing in the energy, in the colors, with that wall and you moving away and towards the blue sky. Okay, this is your chance to break free. So it might not be about like addiction to any kind of substance or anything for a lot of you. It might be just about like an energy that you're moving away from. But since the card came out, check to see if it applies to you. I mean, maybe for some of you, it is about some addiction to something, okay? Because it covers a pretty wide variety of different things that it might be for you. But what I'm seeing from this is that it's your chance to break free. And I feel like that's the message that they're trying to show from the book, okay? And that another thing that I'm getting is that the Fairy of the Divine Hand is like time for a nap, when you connect with your source during your resting of the brain time, right? Whether it's sleeping or meditating or whatever it is, that you clear the muddled thoughts from you and you're connecting with your source, that clarity, your spirit is going to help you to see with clarity. That's why in this picture, she has like one blue eye and like the gold eyes, right? I feel like when your spirit is in you, you will be able to see with clarity about what your true path is. And then that's when you choose love. That's when you choose your path and be able to see which path that you want to take, okay? And so the next card, New Directions, this is taking you into a new direction. This is, in the beginning, when I was looking at the energies, there was another thing that I was seeing in there about that breaking free from that wall, right? From that rigidness, is that you're gonna move into a place of more freedom. And in that space of more freedom, it's less structured. Meaning like the thing that you're leaving behind is very structured, maybe too structured, and that's why you're needing to leave it. And then in that new space, in that blue, it's less planned out, it's less structured, and there's a lot more freedom to it, okay? And so I'm also seeing that same thing in this New Directions card. All right. And then so the next card, confidence. Self-confidence opens you to the energy required to carry you through each day at your very best. This card is coming out to let you know to stay true to your choice of whatever it is that you're choosing, that higher vibration that you're choosing. Be confident that you can get through this. Be confident that now that you're making this choice, you're moving away from whatever it is you're moving away from, that you are able to do it. There's no question about it. If you're clear about your choice, if you're, Queen of Swords, you're like, I know what I want. I'm focused in this direction. All this other stuff is falling away. That period of time when that stuff is falling away and detoxing from you, carry this confidence with you that it's like the more confident you are that you're choosing the right direction for yourself, the easier that stuff will fall off of you, and that it won't be such a hard transition to make. Okay, I'm actually not seeing that period of time, that transition time, as a long period of time. It's not going to be that long. It's going to be like you're moving away from whatever it is you're moving away from. There'll be a period of detox, and then you'll be in the clear. And that period of time is going to be quick. And the more clear you are, the more Queen of Swords you are about it, more focused you are towards the direction that you're going in, the quicker it's going to be. Okay. And you're going to have the confidence to carry all that through. All right. That sounds amazing. Okay. So this is your message from Universe 25. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and click on the thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye.